Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Parosaka Deku, and today I'm going to talk about the things you need to do or what you need to do when applying to graduate school. I'm hoping that at the end of this video you'll be enlightened or you gain much more insight about the graduate application process, and that will help make your journey or your application process to graduate school fun, exciting, and not scary as most of you think it is. Let's get the ball rolling. The first thing you want to do is to find your interest. What program do you have at heart? What program do you want to study? You have to come to terms with this before you can start any application process. And when you do, the next thing you want to do is to research on your school. Which schools have your program at heart? Okay, or which of the schools or which school in the country you want to apply to as best at a program you have interest in. Okay, when you identify the school, the next big thing you want to do is to go to the program's website, first the school's website, then the program's website or the department's website, and identify faculties that are doing research that are in line with your interest or in your program that you want to pursue. And the purpose of doing this is to find a potential advisor. Mind you, some of you think that it's only those who want to do research that need to reach out to a faculty. No. If you're hoping to come to graduate school for your master's, okay, you will need to write a research paper or a thesis, and you certainly need an advisor. Okay, so it's always good to reach out to someone. Aside that, when you find a potential advisor, or when you reach out to someone, that person could be your voice and could help influence your decision or your acceptance into the program or that school. So it is very necessary to do that. Find out the list of people or the list of faculty that do research that are in line with your interest and reach out to them via email. Please don't research or don't email them at the same time. You first email them one at a time. Okay, so your email basically is going to be an introduction of yourself, telling them your interest and in the program, and telling them how you realize their interests align, their research interest aligns with yours, and you like to work with them, and asking if they need to or if they are looking forward to take on students to supervise in the fall or in the semester you're trying to apply for. Yeah, and that is basically what you need to do. So if you reach out to one person and they don't respond, in a week's time send a follow-up email, and if you still don't respond, I advise that you email the second person. Okay, if the second person doesn't also respond, you email the third person. You keep doing that until you exhaust your list or until someone responds to you. And assuming you exhaust your list and you don't get a response from any of them, don't give up. That shouldn't be the end of the road. Email the department chair. The department chair work with his faculty members, and so if you tell the department chair your interest, I'm very certain they can even suggest to you the best person you can work with. Okay, and when they're responding to your email, I'm very positive they're going to, when they suggest to you someone you can work with, they're going to copy that person in the email. That is going to make it easier for you to build a rapport with that faculty and then start your application process. Right, so after you make a rapport or find a potential advisor, the next big thing you want to do is to check the department's website for all the requirements you need to apply for that program. Okay, and some schools ask you to write some exams, and then the exams are based on the program you want to read. It could be GMAT, GRE, and whatnot. Here in the US, TOEFL is very necessary, very important. It's like mandatory. Most of the US schools I know of, because I hear some schools don't really look out for TOEFL or take TOEFL, but I know most of the schools in the US take TOEFL. So if you're looking forward to applying to a school here in the US, make sure you write a TOEFL exam. I am from Ghana. Ghana, our official language is English, but then they still required that I write TOEFL. So I had to write that to gain admission. So please make sure you write all the exams they require of you. And aside that, the requirement that are on their website, please write them down. Don't just think, oh, I know it at the back of my mind, so I can easily remember. No, you might forget. And not just that, if you write them down, they help you to know where you are in your application progress, what you have submitted and what you need to submit, and that helps you to stay on top of your application. process, right? So please write them down. But one thing you should also remember is education outside your home country is very expensive, okay? Unless, of course, you are very rich. But if you're not rich like me, please make sure that you check out on the department's website if there's any funding opportunity for you. And if you are not sure of what you read on your department or whatever you read on your department website, go ahead and email the administrator, but most importantly, the graduate coordinator of that program, because that the graduate coordinator knows whether there's funding available or not. But then you can still email that the department administrator to find out that information. Most of the schools here in the US, when you apply, you're automatically considered for funding or graduate assistant. Yeah, you are considered for that, where they waive your tuition for you to work as a TA or an RA, for you to be able to like get some stipend every month to cater for yourself whilst you are studying here in the US. So please make sure you find out about funding opportunities before you go ahead with your application. One last thing I want to add here is make sure that, or if you can, I don't think it's really compulsory because I didn't do that, get in touch with some graduate students that are already in the program. Okay, and you can do that by just going to the department's website, and they have a page where they have their graduate students' names, I think their countries and what they're pursuing. You could get in touch with them to know what to expect if you are to get admitted and you come there. Ask questions about the program, but please do not solely rely on advice from them, because maybe things might have changed at the time they applied and the time you're applying. So only reach out to them if you need clarification about anything. But please send your questions to the department administrator and the graduate coordinator. If you're not clear about anything or any email they send you, then you can go ahead and ask the graduate student about that. Okay, so I'll quickly just go through what I said. The first thing you need to do is to identify your interest. Okay, after identifying your interest, you research on the schools that have the programs you have at heart. The third thing is to look out for a faculty who you like to work with, who will be your voice, or an inside voice or an insider whilst you're applying. You check out for the requirements, write them down to make sure you have all of your documents, all of the stuff required gathered or completed. You go ahead and submit your application. But please, one thing I forgot to say is make sure you keep in touch with your potential advisor. You need to update them about your application process, which is very necessary. Yeah, that is all I have for you today. I hope this video was helpful. I hope that you've been enlightened about the graduate application process. And please don't forget to leave your comments and questions at the comment section. I'll be more than happy to respond to all of your questions, because that is why I'm here. And I'll advise that you watch my first video, and that video was just me sharing my journey to the United States to pursue my master's program and starting my PhD next month. I'm hoping that when you watch that video, that will give you some inspiration to start your application process. I'm going to add the link to that video in the description box below, so you check that out, and I'm sure that will be of much help to you. One thing I'll have to ask you to do is to, if you can see this, own today. Forget about that fear and start the application process. Get into that program and you'll be happy you did. Okay, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more upcoming videos. Like my videos and share it, because that even if you don't need it, share it, because it's going to be of help to someone who is out there and scared of the graduate school application process or have no idea about what to do. Okay, thank you for watching and stay tuned. Bye bye.